This lesson is focused on grammar for maps. When it comes to map questions, there are two common kinds. The first is where you have a map in the past and a map in the present. Like here, we have the 1990 look and then how it is now. And then the other one is where you have one in the present and then one in the future, as you can see in the present, and then how it's going to be changed by 2030. So when it comes to maps from past to present, what you need to do is you have to use the present perfect passive. So the present perfect passive is what you use to describe maps from the past to the present. When it comes to this one, maps from present to future, then you use the future simple passive to describe the changes that will happen in the future. Let's have a look at the present perfect passive in more detail. So as you already know, the present perfect is used to talk about actions or events that have started in the past and are still carrying on into the present. So for example, London has witnessed big changes. So these changes haven't finished yet. We're still going through quite a lot of changes to this date. So the form is object plus have or has plus the past participle. So now I want you to do this exercise for me. Go to page 34 and fill in the gaps with the present perfect using the verbs in brackets. Let's go through the answers now. The shopping center has undergone an expansion. So has undergone an expansion. The road has been extended. The town center has been modernized. The old factory has been converted. New trees have been planted, and in short, the town has been urbanized. So it's really that simple. You just bring in the object to the beginning of the sentence. Let's have a look at the future simple passive now. So future simple is basically a time later than now, and it expresses facts or certainty. For example, more housing will be built in London because of the growing population. So the form is object plus will plus be plus the past participle. So it's slightly different to the present perfect. And you can have a go at this now, at practicing in this exercise. So let's go through the answers now. So with the exception of one, the rest follow this form. And the reason why one doesn't is because of this verb. It's an exception. You cannot use it in the future simple passive. So you would have to use, you have to say undergo. You need to keep the verb as it is. But the rest have been changed. So the road will be extended to the north. The town center will be modernized. The old factory will be converted. In short, the whole town will be urbanized by 2030. So as you can see now, all these sentences have a future meaning compared to the previous one that we looked at. And that's all you need to keep in mind when it comes to grammar for maps. So first of all, decide on the tense that you need to use and then use the passive form of that tense.